Hello, everyone. I'm gonna bring up the
To
video
see the
right now.
Passion of the
We're
Christ.
just gonna watch this.
This film has a great power behind it. There is a power of love that is inside you, and with that power of love, you can do the most
Did I pause?
bravest, courageous things that you would never thought possible. Because there are points in your life, if your children were going to be hurt, you would take a bullet for them. And we have to do that as a nation now. But if we pull together, we'll end up saving the world.
My final question for you, Jim, is you have given and sacrificed so very much for these roles. You were electrocuted when you were on the cross as you were playing Christ. I believe you had open heart surgery after that experience.
2 heart surgeries, including open heart. I was struck not on the cross, but on the Sermon on the Mount. But on the last shot of the movie, I was hit by lightning.
How do you keep moving forward? What is it that drives you? What is it that keeps you continuing? Because I see here you're going to be doing a Passion of the Christ 2, I believe. You're taking on this project, Sound of Freedom, which is inarguably one of the heaviest projects and most painful, difficult projects. You said you went through counseling for years.
The movie was made
after
like in 2017, if you guys didn't know.
Production. What is it that drives you? Yes, Sound of Freedom. What is it that drives you to continue to return to roles like this?
The greatest treasure is a purpose. Like the book, read that book, The Purpose-Driven Life. This is what I think the Gospels are trying to tell us. I got to play Jesus in the Passion, but if you look at the Bible, we're all playing a character in the book. Some of us are playing, like me, I got to play Jesus. Some of us are, John the Baptist, Mary, Magdalene Mary, Virgin Mary, they pick a saint, but some of us are, playing the Pharisees. Some of us are playing Pontius Pilate, the politician. Some of us are Judas and claim to be Christian. And this is prevalent right now.
He's talking about people in real life, not in the movie.
The Bible is not just a history book. There's a great power behind it. When you read it, I can feel very deeply how he's communicating to me. We have to make a decision now. Can we love God's children more than we fear evil? Can we love Jesus more than we fear the cross? And I've said this before. And I love the almost a martyr, Ronald Reagan, when he was shot. But he said some things that were very, very powerful. One was that you and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our...
I'm not going to say any names, but the guy who shot Ronald Reagan sat at a dinner with the Bush family in Colorado only a few nights earlier. I don't know if you guys knew about that. Let's get back to it.
For our children, this, the last best hope of man on earth. I will sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness. My brothers and sisters, remember that evil is powerless if the good are unafraid.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Great
there's
words.
More to be said. Jim Caviezel, one of the most profound and important actors to ever walk the face of this earth, someone who's clearly doing a work for Christ, and it is an honor to have him on the program. You must go see Sound of Freedom. It is important. It is hard to watch. Someone who could barely get through it myself, and in this business I've had to see some tough stuff, but it's hard to watch, and it's so important that you watch it. Jim, thank you so much for being on our program and blessing us.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you.
Wow, that was great to see go. Let me stop sharing that. Yeah, so I gotta stop sharing. No entering during the menstrual period. All right, so that was Jim Caviezel, who played Jesus in The Passion of the Christ. Does he play Tim Ballard in Sound of Freedom? I'm going at 12:04 Eastern time. I am an Eastern bird. Wearing the hat of my county, Nassau County Sheriff's Department. Ironically or unironically, who knows? But let me find something else. I pulled that up because I thought it was something that I wanted to watch. I figured, all right, I'm going to go live anyway. Let me do that. But let me while this music plays, and I'll just talk over it. Don't look at me, though. Don't be looking at me, guys. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me just get back to YouTube here or Rumble, whichever one I find something on. See what I can conjure up. Next. Oh, the Bud Light backfire. You want to watch Decoy Voice? Or, yeah, let's watch Decoy Voice and the Charles Barkley thing. That's what we'll do. Is this full screen? That is full screen. Why is my full screen so much smaller? All right, we're going to go back. He wants everyone to drink Bud Light. Now, this is the thing. Charles Barkley has always been based. What's going on here? Why isn't it playing there?
I want y'all to drink this beer. I got 3 cases of Bud Light. If you're gay,
since when is he woke?
If you're transgender, that's you. And if you have a problem with that, you.
And the former NBA star Charles Barkley doubled down on a statement again.
And let me tell you something. All you rednecks or assholes who don't want to drink Bud Light, y'all.
So I don't quite understand what Charles Barkley is doing here. Yeah, he's trying to pledge allegiance to the LGBT community while simultaneously alienating his millions of fans that are boycotting Bud Light. But why is he defending Bud Light when the person that sparked the controversy is currently denouncing Bud Light as well? Which one shows how much Barkley doesn't understand how impossible it is to appease the woke mob, as supporting Bud Light yesterday may be slay queen, but supporting it tomorrow might be hate speech. But more importantly, it shows how much Charles doesn't understand the outrage against Bud Light.
He's always been
somehow wants to infer that
unwoke.
The person in front of you right now is somehow a redneck. Because no one boycotted Bud Light when they released their rainbow bottles in 2019, or Bud Light's rainbow cans in 2022.
Facts.
No, it only happened when Bud Light stated they wanted to shed their frat boy branding and decided to feature a certain insufferable individual on their can that one day said they had to flee the country to feel safe, but could immediately return for a festival the next week. Now, the left wants to make you think that you're some sort of phobe if you don't want to celebrate this person as the next Beyonce. No, we just don't like being called rednecks and frat boys just because we find an individual unappealing for the actions that that individual is actually doing. None of these supposed a-holes are boycotting Coors Light over their support of Pride, and nobody is trying to cancel Miller Lite for being open and proud. It's just this new game that they like to play that forces you into compliance with social pressure. And sad to say, Charles Barkley is no stranger to this. Just listen to him talking about the vaccines.
First of all, you don't get the vaccine for yourself. You get it for other people. No, I'm not saying. Hold on, brother. You said your piece. I didn't say you do. I got vaccinated. I can't wait to get the booster. You don't get vaccinated just for yourself.
All right, here's another time where he was woke.
I think everybody should get vaccinated.
But for the most part, Barkley isn't woke.
He's still gonna make $17 million sitting at home. I wish they could find a way.
And again, he doubled down on these talking points.
Just trying to urge everybody to quit being selfish.
What does that
and get the
shirt
vaccine.
say?
You know, you don't get the vaccine for yourself.
Human
You get
at
it
the
for the
bottom?
people around you. I hear a lot of I and me. Like, I don't want to do this. Me, I'm only concerned about me. But that's not the way the world works.
Now, Barkley is entirely entitled to his own opinion. If he's out there demanding you take medication that he himself, as an older gentleman with a bit of extra weight to him, would need to take, that makes sense. If he's out there getting tipsy and
I
professing
don't
his
hate
allegiance
Charles
to Bud
Barkley
Light,
still.
more power to him. It's
This
just
is a
sad to see
mistake
somebody
he's gonna
suddenly
regret,
aligned with all
and
these
he'll
corporate
probably admit
values.
that.
When
That's the
just
kind of
2
guy
years
he
ago,
is.
Charles seemed to go against their narratives entirely.
I hear these fools on TV talking about defund the police and things like that. I'm like, wait a minute. We just gonna leave? Who are black people supposed to call Ghostbusters when we have crime in our neighborhood?
This is what I
we
was
need to stop
referring
that
to.
Defund or abolish the cops crap.
Man, I
This is
think
tobacco.
most white people and black people are great people. I really believe that in my heart. But I think our system is set up where our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, are designed to make us not like each other so they can keep their
Based.
grasp of money and power. They divide and conquer.
I spent the day with the cops. The split-second decisions they have to make. They can do 95% of things correct and 5% screw up. And we spend a lot of time talking about 5% screw up.
Yeah.
But that was definitely met with backlash online, where people told lies and didn't want to hear the truth, somehow bringing his race into the conversation, which really goes to show that they don't want you to be empowered to have your voice be heard. They only want you to have a platform if you're using your status to parrot their views, because they don't see you as an individual, they see you as their pawn. But at least back in 1993, Barkley told us not to listen to him.
I am not a role model. Parents should be role models. Just because I dunk a basketball doesn't mean I should raise your kids.
But since then, he's gone soft.
Yeah, I guess he has gone soft, yeah.
So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary
I
on what's
do.
really going on in the
Make
world,
sure you go
hopefully
check
you have
out
your subscription,
Decoy Voice.
then go check out the video on how
guess
Ben
I
Jerry's
put-
Bud lighted
Yeah, I'll
themselves on
hide
fire.
that. I'm gonna delete that because now this video is over and I'm gonna have to find a new one. So what I'm gonna do, like I did last time, is put this on, come back here, take that out, do this, a little of this, and I'm gonna create my banner. And I'll put this, no, I'll put it as a, there we go. Sounds like I got it. And I've seen this video before, but hey. Alright guys, let's put it applause here. I found a video. Alright, this is from Odin's Men, Jameson's Travels, if you don't know.
Hi, everyone!
We're delusional males.
Yes, you are.
I love meat sticks. Who's with me? Who loves it?
I'm with
Who
her.
loves a good
Are you with the meat
stick?
stick, bitch?
Chewing on it, sucking on it.
Hi everyone, I'm Leslie, and my
Meat
pronouns
stick.
are they, them. And I'm Ray. My pronouns are also they, them. And
This
what
should
are
not
we
be shown
celebrating
to
this
children.
week, Ray? It is Non-Binary Awareness Week. And what does that mean?
That's like every week
Well,
for
that
them.
means if you don't
No, we're not doing that. We had a whole month for these people. Now they're going to co-opt the whole entire year. Non-binary awareness week.
Sure.
And she's got a little Muppet thing to reach small children so they can come home and go, "Hey, Daddy, what's non-binary awareness week mean?" I'm like, I have no fucking clue, honey.
feel
That
like
nut
a boy
job
in your
puppet
heart,
told me
or
about
a
it.
girl in your heart, or if you feel like neither or both, you are seen, you are loved, and you are supported no matter what. That's right. We love you for who you are, no matter what you might look like on the outside.
But you
We know-
might
Oh, so
look
go
like
no contact
that's
like Jeffrey Marsh, right? No contact. We love you. We're your new family. You belong to the state. You don't belong to your parents. We love you. Just come to our Discord server and our Reddit group. You'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Are on the inside.
No.
And to all of our friends who might not be non-binary, how can we help them support our non-binary friends? Well, you can always make sure you're using the right pronouns because you want to respect your friends.
You guys said you don't know who are, so how am I supposed to know your pronouns? You just said you don't feel like a boy or a girl, and I'm supposed to figure out your pronouns? I got a new toy, so I can have to do as much editing. It's fun beeping myself out.
Well, what if somebody accidentally calls me the wrong pronoun and you're with me? What would you do?
Get over it.
Oh, I would simply say, oh, excuse me, I see that you said she, but Leslie goes by they.
She doesn't even try to like
That simple.
do the ventriloquism.
You need to seek immediate mental health attention. Go to the ER, I suspect. I'm not a doctor, but if I am a man, right, and I said, I don't know if I'm a boy or girl, like, you need to seek some help. Maybe you should be institutionalized, admitted. This is not healthy behavior. Now you're trying to teach it to small children, of course, because once they think it's healthy behavior, they'll jam it down our throats when we're old. You're getting taken care of by these young people that are coming up. You're in the hospital, you're in rehab after back surgery. They're like, well, my pronouns are them. You're like, I'm just trying to get better. Can you pick a you're a girl, for God's sakes.
That respectful. That is love. That is what being non-binary is about. We love you. We see you. Mwah!
When I was 18 years old, I had a Snapchat that I Snapchatted younger girls on
This
because
is
I got
crazy.
off to flirting with younger girls in a way. Shortly after that, I began watching and going on a grinder to hook up with transgenders because I got off to these things. I hired prostitutes that were transgenders. I had sex with many women.
Takes a lot
I
to
used
admit
watch
this.
porn, and when I was having sex with my wife,
Wow, so now you're admitting your crimes on TikTok? That you're a chomo? Why would you ever do that? Now, I don't think corn vids are helping anybody at all.
They aren't.
I don't know how we'd regulate it. People need to regulate themselves and their children. They
who I falsely married ourselves to justify sex because I had watched pornography of circulation. I used to, in my mind,
Well, sadly, since we're on a platform that's geared towards children, unless you're looking at anuses, have you seen that video on Rumble? You should. I can't even play this guy. I mean, it's important to hear. He's saying basically the corn vids made me into degenerate. I did degenerate things, and he's confessing them, his sins. So you got the best spy app. You can rat on yourself on TikTok and just go, this seems like a perfectly good idea.
Hello, sweet ones. I'm super happy to report that the visit to my parents went really, really well. They were really making an effort to use my new name and pronouns.
This fucking nut job is like 55 years old.
Well, that's good. I hate to see people go no contact. Now, if you had a brother or sister or kid like this, and they came in, they said, here are my new pronouns, are they, them? I go, okay, I can go with the name. You want to go by Susie? It's going to take me some time.
Yeah.
I love you.
Right.
You're my brother.
I have one in my
But
family.
it's not easy, right? You got people known an individual their entire life, and they come and you worry about them. You go, something ain't right with this person. I love them to death.
Fully
but, This isn't the
transitioned.
stunning and brave they're looking for, is it?
Kids don't know that uncle is aunt.
Didn't go, but I'm
Right.
so glad I did. It felt like a real turning point for them to see me and realize that I'm
Forgot
still the
to,
same person, and that even though
always click
gender
the like
transition
button
is
for
obviously a
people,
really
no
big
matter what
deal,
you're
at the same
watching,
time,
guys.
you don't have
You
to
do
make
the
it a
right
big
thing
deal
by
out
every
of it.
creator.
Yeah, I would guess if you came, you didn't talk about it, you just showed up like this, and you're a man, you know, you identified as a man before, you showed up as a man, show up like this, you know, talk about it, I'd be like, wow, okay. And you want to know briefly, but if they just shut up about it, they didn't go on about they, them, and my pronouns, and, you know, the world's coming to an end because I'm transsexual, you just go, okay, I'm moving on. That could be a thing, but you don't hear that often. These people are like, I don't talk to my family more, no contact, because they didn't accept my gender.
Right. They
So,
decide to make it no
society often
contact.
stigmatizes periods, and I've seen a lot of
This one's
people with
nuts.
uteruses complain about that. I've also seen a lot of people with
I'm
uteruses stigmatize the fact
rewinding
trans
that
women
because the
society
way
often
he doesn't say the word
Contact
women
because
is
they
just
didn't
so
accept my
scary.
gender.
It's just
So,
disgusting. Ready?
society often stigmatizes periods, and I've seen a lot of people with uteruses complain about that. I've also seen a lot of people with uteruses stigmatize the fact that trans women do go through a monthly cycle.
Trans women.
No, society doesn't stigmatize periods. You made that up because you're a gay man. You haven't had a lot of women. No one does that.
There's no
I could say
stigmatization
this,
of
vouch
any
for it.
of
Two
any
girls,
periods.
right? And lots of ladies in my life. No one stigmatizes periods. But I guess if you're a man and you've been in the basement, you're an incel, maybe you think that for real.
Where did he
Because
even
you're a
get that
virgin,
from?
weirdo, right?
And many of us experience symptoms similar to PMS.
No.
And videos like this
No, you
actively
don't.
deny a lived reality that we experience. I'm going through mine right now. Tee-hee. It
See,
happens the first week
when
of every
people
month
say
because
tee-hee, they
all bodies
also
have
nuts.
hormonal cycles.
That's
no
something
matter
that
what.
it
You're
goes back to
inducing
it.
hormones. You're
Childish
ingesting, right?
behavior.
Artificial cross-sex hormones.
Sorry
that
for
shouldn't be at that
talking
level
over
in your
my friend
body.
here, but
And so you're not going through a period. You may have some side effects that are unwanted that you associate with a period. I understand, but we got to go back to reality. Come back to the light zone.
And I am coordinated by estrogen. I have the estrogen levels of a cis woman.
Whoa!
While trans women do not shed uterine lining, we
The
still
fuck
go
up.
through mood swings, irritability, gastrointestinal issues, cramps.
Yeah, I have Crohn's
You know,
disease,
I have a wife,
dickhead.
and she has periods. She doesn't talk about her gastrointestinal problems. Does she have them? Sure, she does.
Fucking idiot.
We don't need to talk about them because she's a woman. These people, this is the whole highlight of their year, their day.
Every
Convincing
day.
the rest of us to have a
Every
period.
day.
And we have to comply, otherwise
Sorry,
we're
I'm too
troglodyte
close.
morons, right? And we kicked off the social discourse. We're bad people.
Like this. Not all of us
Telling you,
do
Brave.
based on our estrogen levels, but
No.
I do. I know other girls who do, and it's isolating.
You're not a girl.
Because we can't tell anyone about it a lot of
With
the time because
eyebrows.
we'll get welcomed to womanhooded, which is microaggressive, or we'll be treated.
Listen, you got to stop the
That's
microaggression if you want me to
that's
take
the
you
straight
seriously.
aggression, bitch.
If you're going to tell me this story, and you got a side effect from a medication you chose to take, and you expect me to have any remote compassion or listen to you, you got to stop the microaggression. Say, so you chose this medication because you want this effect. You want a feminizing effect. Okay, this is a
Microaggressing
side effect. Don't
yourself.
talk about it anymore. Quit complaining or stop the medication. These are two options. I don't want to hear complaining. Sorry.
Like we're delusional males or
Yes.
something
You
like this.
are.
We cannot talk about our experiences. We cannot go to medical doctors for help about our experiences because no one knows about it because
course
there's no
you
medical
can.
research
Easy
about it
for
because
you.
the social
And that's
stigmatization is
disgusting.
that these don't exist when
There's no research because it doesn't exist. Now, you could take copious amounts of any hormone and have side effects that may, in your head, you think they mimic the gender you
We're
want to
gonna
be
watch a
affirmed for. That
detransitioner
doesn't make it
next.
true. And we could find a study that says this is
find
true,
it
it's
now.
happening, you're the exact same as a woman. But you and I here know the truth. We know what our instincts tell us. We know how interactions work because we're not completely lost our mind. But this generation coming up will buy into all this shit. You made it this far. Thank you. Go to the description box. Follow me on local so you can just follow there for free. If you want to throw some money to support the program, I really appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just do it right in this one. Might as well, right? Let's exit there. Can I exit full screen, please? Thank you. What's going on here? Exit full screen. Yes. Okay. Now, detransitioning stories. Okay. This white video. You know what? It's from a year ago. I'd rather get a newer one. How long is that video? 15 minutes? No. Detransition 7 months in, 1 month ago. This is their whoever this person is, who had a double mastectomy apparently. This is from their own channel.
Hi. Last time I filmed a video in my car like this, I came on and talked about how I felt like I was too far gone. I didn't say that my life was over, but I thought that because of medical transition, that I had sentenced myself to living life as a pseudo-mediocre man, and that was just the fate that I had, talking about the long-term effects of testosterone. Now, an update since then. At the time, in early October, I was still on testosterone, and in late October, I decided to stop cold turkey. And so it's been a little over 7 months since then. And I've noticed some changes. I've noticed behavioral changes in terms of how I process things, how I process emotions, crying, all of that stuff. Just kind of stereotypical, but it's true. Testosterone does have an impact on my brain and how I process things.
Of course it does.
Physical changes as well. Body fat redistribution, hormone levels, and all that stuff. But largely speaking, most of the changes are permanent, and that's fine. I've come to a point of acceptance with the current circumstances. My voice is this way. It's going to stay this way. My hairline, obviously I'm growing my hair out. I kept
This is the hormones, the hairline, the voice, forever.
Try and grow it out and see what happens, and I'm trying some naturopathic stuff. But my hairline is still receded. It's
God
not
bless
coming back.
Casey.
Better, especially as it grows longer. But a lot of the changes are permanent. And also, I had a double mastectomy. I had a double mastectomy, and I'm obviously, my breasts are not going to grow back. That's just not going to happen. I had laser on my face, but, I still have permanent body hair growth. I still have permanent hair loss, permanent voice deepening, permanent changes everywhere. And
Sad.
I thought that it was a death sentence for me. And I didn't want to be here after I figured out what I did to myself and what the medical establishment allowed me to do.
That is a very important line that we need to
So why am I
listen to again.
I thought that it was a death sentence for me. And
Okay. So at
I still have permanent hair loss,
140,
permanent changes everywhere.
150 at
And
this video.
I thought that it was a death sentence for me. And I didn't want to be here after I figured out what I did to myself and what the medical establishment allowed me to do.
Very
I
important.
struggled for months. I really did. So why am I logging on now on a new account where I didn't want to bring too much attention to myself? People have found it helpful when I speak. I don't know why. I guess they just like what I have to say, or maybe my perspective. But I think the biggest thing that I want to say is that based on where I was at previously versus where I'm at now, when I filmed that video, I thought there was no hope for me. And now, several months later, I don't know what happened sometime in late April. I think a switch flipped for me. Because I cried for months. I was grieving for months. I was mad. I was angry. I didn't want to be here. And I kept trying to hang on because I knew it wasn't an option to kill myself. I mean, it is an option, but it wasn't realistically an option. I have a purpose. Just don't know what it is yet, and I know I don't want to live, but I have to keep going. But something flipped in late April for me, and I don't know what it was. And now I do want to keep going, and I'm coping with the changes.
Does that sound from the video?
I'm coping with,
Yes, okay.
being perceived ambiguously in society because I'm a conglomeration of secondary sex characteristics, some of which are natural and some of which are artificial.
Definitely.
But I'm coping. Is it easy? No, it's not. But I'm able to move forward, and I am moving forward, and I've accepted that this
Thank
is the
God.
reality of things. But it also doesn't have to sentence me to a certain way of living forever. I can still do something great with my life, and I can still move on. And
Absolutely.
I don't have to let these changes dictate how I live my life forever. And I think I'm.
This is the way all these people need to think when they realize what they've done. Like KC here has said, when, I don't know, the pronouns, I don't know if he or she is still going by pronouns. I would say he wants to be a she, right? That's my opinion. I'm not sure. But everything everything said in this short video is probably some of the most important things that other people in this position need to hear, especially the ones, like I said, who, well, like KC said, are just realized what they did to themselves. That was very important to hear. And a lot of those people, like, you see here, they have suicidal ideations because of this reason. Now, so maybe it's not so much that, the suicide rate is so high for trans people in general. Maybe it's high because they realize what they've done and then, take action on it. That's just an opinion. So, let's go back to Casey.
Mainly for people who think that they are trans, or that they regret things, or that they're too far gone and they just can't go back. You're never too far gone to return to who you are. And that might look different for anybody. But it's not bad to question things. It's not bad to look at why you decided to transition in the first place. And it's never too late to take a step back from things. And don't let anybody dictate that timeline for you. You've got to do it on your own time.
It's great advice.
The whole point of this is that I want to tell anybody that is in the throes of regret, in the throes of grief, is questioning where they're at with things, that it does get better. I don't think this shouldn't have happened. I don't want this to keep happening to other kids and vulnerable young adults such as myself. But my life is not over because of it, and I think we're a lot more resilient than we realize. So, yeah, that's my update. I'm here, and I stopped talking for a bit, but I think I'm gonna start talking again.
Yeah, please do.
And I hope that this helps somebody, at the very least.
And I will, even though I don't have a large following here,
That's it. Thank you for listening.
We'll follow the story of KC here. Let's see how long ago KC did this video. I'm not going to do this one right now. I might start a new stream 8 months ago. Okay, so this is 8 months ago. So, all right, I'm subscribed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream here. And I think I'm going to do just a stream specifically on KC there. I hope KC doesn't mind. I am supportive of that person that we just watched. At the end, I didn't know who it was. Just came up, and I pressed Destransition videos, and that was one that came up. Very great advice for other people who would need to hear, who are in that situation. Very brave to come out and do that, because they know that the backlash they get once they go against the narrative is unbelievably disgusting in many cases. So pray for that for KC there. And I'm going to come back and do a KC stream, probably either in a few minutes or sometime today. I'm going to do one or go over that same video again. And also other ones, maybe the one that just started playing there for me months ago. I'm going to look at them and see which ones I want to start and end with. And I'll be back to do that. Thanks, guys. Duck Taco.